Well, it's my birthday today, so I guess I'm going to get some things that are a little bit different from what's normal. It's still fairly early in the day, but I've already been getting a lot of the big colored shapes. Sometimes I get quite a few of them and then they quiet down. I'm sorry, I know it's probably a little annoying to watch. The camera keeps trying to refocus, so I'm not sure why it does that, other than there are sometimes moving lights and maybe it's trying to refocus on them. Or maybe the refocusing is one of their mess with electronics tricks. I really have quite enjoyed the introduction of color. Sometimes they're quite extraordinary and sort of look even like big flowers or something. And then some of them are those bright white, and they're quite impressive, and some of those have been pretty large too. And each of the forms doesn't always have the same color. Sometimes there are multiple colors in one form. And obviously I don't catch them all, but there's another one that looks like an upside down car. And then some of them, like that one, look like cars but with these interesting tail lights. And then I get the other sort of streaking patterns too sometimes. And yeah, over this whole time that I've been recording them, there have been a lot of different things. And I've also seen similar things in video interviews with other people in the field too, who have gotten light forms behind them in interviews, which has also happened to me. So when I looked at the interview later, I could tell that there was a bunch of activity behind me. And a lot of people seem to be getting stuff on a daily basis, which I think has been accelerating because we're about to start getting announcements and more information about everything that's going on and why from formal sources. So once we get all of that out of formal sources, it will give everybody an opportunity to look at a lot of information about what's been going on for decades and centuries, and well, even longer, millennia. But, what impacts what's going on today. And that's really the events of the last few hundred years, because we've also been in the midst of a ongoing long-term contact mission that has included philosophy, spiritual leaders, the Enlightenment, all kinds of religious and spiritual traditions that continue today, although not the ones that are abusive or exploit their followers. And there are a lot of people who are very comfortable with the idea that there's life beyond our world. I mean, if you think about it, that's the whole basis of religion, right? God, angels, saints, masters, Buddhas, all kinds of spiritual gods and goddesses and beings have always been extraterrestrial, although many of them have interacted with humanity as well. So it's all part of the same thing, I guess you could say, and we have a lot of spiritual concepts and scientific concepts being interpreted through various local cultural lenses. And a lot of people don't realize that everyone's actually talking about the same thing. Although the whole thing, how do we exist and what's the science and technology behind that is an immense topic and very complex. And a lot of people have made big contributions to understanding it, though, but sometimes in a silo or a niche. So when all of those dots connect and everybody starts talking about the whole thing, I think it's going to be really exciting. Okay, well, I guess that's enough of that for now. Thanks again for watching.